Imagine a newsroom where there's no camera crew and even anchor isn't human. A flawless face reads every headline with the perfect tone, the perfect smile, but no heartbeat. Meet the new revolution in media, AI anchors. They don't forget lines, they don't need breaks, and they cost just a fraction of a human team. In our interviews, real anchors and editors revealed how this technology is cutting studio costs, saving time, and reshaping everything from script writing to the newsroom floor. But behind this digital perfection lies a bigger question: is AI the future of journalism or the end of it? So, what are your perceptions of AI generated news content or AI news anchors?
Okay, so when you say AI generated news content, for me that flags, I mean that's a red flag because news should be generated naturally and organically. AI, to my understanding and my ethical use, is still a tool to help the process of communicating news. So journalism is of two aspects. There's news gathering and there's news and communicating the same information by putting in the context, by giving it the contextual understanding that makes it relevant and useful for your end user. So, in the second aspect, which is where the communication aspect comes in, AI can be a useful tool to streamline the news content in a format that is understandable and relevant and useful to your viewers. But to generate that content through AI, that becomes a bit of a problem because at the end of the day, news has to be generated naturally, and the information that's given to us has to be authentic and not something that is generated from AI. With
Okay.
AI, anchors is a separate issue because anchoring to me or news reading is part of the second aspect of journalism, which is communicating the information to the viewer. So if an AI anchor for some enhances or improves the process of communicating that information to the viewer, then that's a fair enough tool. But an AI anchor is not the one generating the news.
Regarding news, I think it's really cool because there are many fields where it's really effective gathering news or maybe even translations. Because since I'm working with the regional media with the Punjabi news channel, so at times the language barrier is there, translating things. So AI is a very good tool for that. Regarding anchor, I think we have an emotional or somewhere connect with our audience that an anchor can only do.
Actually, when we are doing it on the news channels, this there is one thing that is called spontaneity. So when you are handling with a guest, when there is a expert coming in your studio and you have to discuss certain kind of the thing or some analysis, so that spontaneity is, really missing in the AI anchors. You need some spontaneity. That's why you need humans, talk about and spontaneity and then, uh, retaliate the things. So it's not that easy with the AI anchors. For AI anchor, the programming is fixed and you have certain kind of the bulletins, certain kind of the news shows. So the programming is like, you have decided that the AI anchor will speak like this. Programming is set and there is a certain set of the protocol which AI anchor will follow. So that is where I'm saying that it's very limited right now. Maybe in the future we may be using AI anchors for 3 4 bulletins for the spontaneity for the reporters live, which is now not possible right now in our industry. Maybe in the Western world, maybe in the America, it may be possible, but not right now here. The technology is not that deep.
What are your
Yeah.
views on the use of AI in news gathering, news analysis, and dissemination?
So AI is really a good tool in enhancing our knowledge and gathering information.
Yeah, but in case of news analysis and dissemination, like what's your perception about it?
Maybe we can get information, but the thorough analysis and your personal experience at times. Because since I'm working from last 18 years, so my
Yeah.
personal experience it comes very handy. In that context, AI I don't think can match that.
As far as news dissemination is concerned, AI is a great tool because then it can have its multiply effects. It can reach to more and more people. But as far as you know, the reliability of these tools are concerned, that is still questionable. That is something that the world needs to work together
Yeah.
on regulating the AI space and making sure that it becomes trustworthy. But it is a handy tool if we want a quick analysis so that we have a gist of a topic and then we can go into the detailed version of it. Of course, emotions and human mind is something that AI cannot replace.
I think it's very important. One, it makes my job easier, but at the same time, it also makes it hard because you can't solely rely on AI. You need to have a human verification. You need to have a human cross check there in the middle to
Yeah.
sort of mitigate the chances of any error.
What ethical issues are raised by using AI in case of media production, news production process?
Said there is an issue of originality. You can never be sure where the, like, let's say news, everything is in the headlines, right? So, and
Yeah.
everyone is trying to always write like a punchy or a catchy headline, but you
Yeah.
don't know where that headline might be lifted off by the bot, or whose words are being used. So in
Mm.
that sense, of course, there is the issue of originality, and plagiarism is a big thing. This whole thing about misinformation and everything, because the facts might not be always correct, information might be dated. So you need to be sure of that. And I would not say in all the stories, but in some of the stories, there is definitely a bias which exists. So I think these three would be, I think, the top like ethical issues that I would say exist.
It's a matter of transparency, right? Because journalism is a profession built on trust, and
Yeah, I
the
totally agree.
and the whole point of journalism is to be transparent, where we as journalists are always striving to show that, okay, this is how we went about our work, and this is how we did our work, so that the audience knows the whole truth.
Yes, ethical issues I feel is that AI, especially with image generation and video generation using AI, in today's date, it's really hard to differentiate between AI generated images and videos and original content. So it's very easy to create misinformation.
So the accountability factor is missing when it comes to AI because at the end of the day, it is a bot and it can only do so much. For example, till date, if you Google anything related to Trump on ChatGPT, it will show as the former president. They have
Yeah.
not changed it. So those issues can come up, but other than the accountability factor, uh, AI is amazing for all industries, especially like a media industry.
Misinformation and accuracy is one thing,
Yeah.
right? That is something that is a huge issue right now. Lack of
Yeah.
transparency, because if you're asking ChatGPT for you're asking a question, and it is giving you an answer. If it's a historic moment or something, where is ChatGPT collecting this information from? That is not clear.
What do you think? Have AI tools impacting your career growth or job satisfaction?
I wouldn't say that AI has had a negative impact on my job satisfaction or career growth because it has only been a value add. Um, Having skills that also cater to AI and has inculcated AI into my work process has been a value add.
I would say AI is, the popularity of these chatbots is fairly recent. So I would say, I mean, I can't comment so much about the career growth as of now, because if in fact, I think it's actually encouraged in newsrooms to use AI, because your seniors or your bosses feel that it makes you work faster or you're more
Yeah.
efficient.
See, it's not about my career growth or job satisfaction. We are talking about people in general over here. I think you're well aware about the number of job cuts that taking place in for whatever reason. Main reason is AI. Like people are also afraid. Employers are afraid that they want to cut cost and whatever. You might have known that TCS, India is one
Yeah.
of largest IT sector company. They are cutting
Yeah.
approximately, I think, around 12,000 jobs they have announced. So where will these people go? So this 12,000 jobs are from middle class sectors, right? So where will these people go? This will equate to a 2% of the total global workforce that TCS have. Apart from that, in the US also, if you can see, I have a data here again, 8,000 employees from IBM, right?
Yeah.
And Microsoft 6,000 employees, which is approximately 3% of its global workforce, including that of AI director to be one. So yeah, of course it is impacting lives.
Like, how are AI news anchors impacting human jobs in the media industry?
If you have a AI technology with you, so I think that it's a one-time investment for the news owner or the channel
Absolutely.
owner. It's a one-time investment. They will buy the technology. They will have different anchors. You do not need, more people for your setup. You have a AI technology. You can have different anchors with the AI technology doing different bulletins, and you will have two, three main anchors to do your live shows and panel discussions. So obviously, it will hamper the job of humans.
There is an impact from AI news anchors because I feel that they are relegated to off-peak hours, if at all, because it's usually peak hours are devoted, at least the news industry feels that peak hours people will be watching. So it's very unlikely that AI news anchors will take over or gobble up normal jobs, if you are specifically referring to AI news anchors.
Here in India, it's not so much. There are a few news platforms, especially television channels, who are using AI anchors, but it's very limited. It's in a testing phase. They usually come for a minute or two to show the weather news or some quick wrap of news. Otherwise, there's no large scale use of AI anchors. As far as the risk is concerned, yes, it is there. There is a concern that AI generated anchors might take over, but at the end of the day, they cannot bring in the human emotion and analysis that we as anchors can bring. So their use is very limited. They can be used in emergencies. They can be used to, attract people to television and see your channel. But as far as deep diving into various topics is concerned, that I don't think AI generated anchors can do.
Well, so far, AI news anchors are very much a gimmick in the media industry in India at this point, and they're seen as a special attraction here. Uh, as long as editors trust on a human interface for an anchor, we're ready to take charge and handle news instinctively. I don't see AI anchors being necessarily replacing it right now, but it could happen in the next 5 to 10 years.
Would you
Yes.
support integrating more AI tools in your newsroom? Why or why not?
See, like I said before, integrating AI is the need of the hour because it is us walking with the time. If we don't integrate, you're falling back. You're falling behind, I'm sorry. You should definitely integrate more AI tools, but not at the cost of somebody's jobs.
Yeah.
People should be upskilled to integrate
Mhm.
AI into their work so that they can work more efficiently, so that the work is more efficient, without ruining the integrity of things and the ethical aspect of things. AI, if integrated well into our working process, can be really, really helpful.
Do you believe AI anchors could replace human anchors in the future, or will they coexist, and why?
I definitely think there could be a place where at least maybe say 50% of anchors are AI anchors because anchoring requires a lot of presentability, a lot of aesthetics involved, and sometimes AI does that job better than humans. So I can totally see a future where a lot of the visual interface is taken over by AI anchors.
I think they will coexist. I don't think a human element can be entirely replaced because journalism, as objective and as factual it is, it does require a degree of personal touch when it comes to certain stories. So an AI chatbot can never deliver on what a human anchor can. So I think they will coexist, for, at least for the foreseeable future.
No, they will coexist because there are certain kind of the thing, the spontaneity is there,
Mhm.
emotions are there, and but discussion shows, live shows, you need human mind to react, which AI will not react.
I believe they could coexist, particularly because, say, for example, you have Deepavali coming up. You may not have enough staff in the workplace during holiday time. So, at those times, maybe these people could, I mean, the AI anchors could step in, or maybe on holidays, say weekends. So, that is always possible.
Artificial intelligence is transforming journalism, not by erasing the human, but by reshaping what it means to be one. For many, the future lies not in replacement, but in coexistence, where human intuition and machine intelligence work together to tell the stories that matter. The question remains, will AI solve journalism or will journalism solve AI?